So it's Wednesday, April 10th. Monday it was 75 degrees. And today, there's no other way to describe this other than pure bullshit at this point in time. I need the sun. Holy shit, go away.
I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs.
Hey everybody, Chris with Legendary Customs out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us. We got some great footage today of Zach and Kang doing some work on this. Most of the wiring got completed. We are only waiting for the wire harness for the Crown Vic engine, and then we'll be able to wrap everything up. Remember how when I put in the rear taillight, I was thinking, you know, on a truck like this, a third taillight doesn't belong because it's so modern. Well, we camouflage that. Our third taillight is right up in some of the antiquing. So I painted rust around it with the airbrush, so now it blends right in. Zach and Kang were able to get in the rear window today. That was a cakewalk, I am told. Check out this dash. They were able to get the dolphin gauges in, just offset perfectly with the black, white letters, red needles. The seat is red with black accents. The steering wheel has the black accent around it, the black leather. The radio looks great. Now, we hid in there a microphone. Right there is a microphone to use with his telephone when he's going down the road. So we wanted to put it in conspicuous spot, but usable. My wife Kathy figured that one out. Zach installed it. Looks perfect. Got in a subwoofer. It's right behind the driver's door. And then as you can see, we got all the kill mat in. That is a sound deadener. That is all in. Now the reason why the yellow is there is because we still have work to do inside. This particular mat, the edges are sticky. So when you're in there with your jeans and stuff, you get black stuff on your jeans. That's the only downside of this particular product. Otherwise, it kills the sound really nice. Kang and Zach are doing a phenomenal job. If we could only get that wire harness here, that would make everybody's life a lot easier. Okay, we're doing some direct set glass, which is not the most fun thing to do. On this particular one, this is 1/32 window tape, and it's a little bit too thin, and actually putting underneath it electrical tape gives it enough thickness to be right where it needs to be. The next size up is 1/16 tape, and that's way too wide. So you cut it to fit. When you go around an angle, you cut a pie shape out, so when you bend it, it doesn't build up in the corner. You want it to have a nice clean corner like that, versus if you bend it here, you get a roll that will never go in. So cut a pie. In this particular one, it took 2 pies. Sorry, have to take a call. Good afternoon, this is Chris. back to the glass. So we have the glass wrapped in the direct set tape, and then make sure it's nice and even all the way around, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Oops. I tore it a little, so I'll bring it out a little bit more on this side because that gets cut off. Okay. And put it in. And then for the crazy stuff. I call it crazy because it's nerve-wracking to me. I've never broken the glass, but now that I said that, I probably will. Okay, so you get it in, and you take a rubber mallet, and I don't like setting it on an item because it doesn't take a lot to get it to go in. And if you set it on there, you're putting way too much pressure on the glass. And I have seen guys break them before. I just don't want to be one of those guys. Needs to go down about a 1/16 of an inch. All right. So then, the excess tape, just take a razor blade. Be careful not to scratch the paint of the frame. But cut off the extra direct set tape. See those pies that we took out? You don't even see that we took out that material. But be very careful with the paint on your frame, because otherwise you're going to scratch it. It's going to go down to steel, and then it will rust. On this truck, it really doesn't matter, because it's the dirty Ford. But on a really nice fancy vehicle, you wouldn't want that. Now I'm just barely pushing down. You're not really pressing hard to where you're going to scratch the glass. You're just getting enough penetration to cut the tape. So there we go. The glass is set. About 5-6 minutes to do, no big deal. And now it can be installed in your truck. Today was a glass day. The guys put in the windshield. Yesterday put in the rear window. Got both of the vent windows done. Now we can assemble the doors and finish off that part of the task. Our checklist is getting smaller and smaller. Guys are doing a great job. and they are appreciated. And I did one more without breaking the glass. We sent off the Crown Vic wire harness to a gentleman by the name of Brian Brown. I hope he's not related to John Brown from Texas. The wire harness is back. This is supposed to be plug and play ready. It took the whole huge wire harness and brought it down to something that's manageable for the engine only. So, here it is. Boy, it's really very small, which is good, but man, hard to believe everything fit in this one box. It is ready for installation. So, this will be for the guys tomorrow. And keep our fingers crossed that everything will go good. As I've been saying the last two takes, they've been doing electrical work. Well, did a little bit of wire chasing, had the dim and the bright switched around, so when you hit the brakes it went dim, and when you turned the blinker on it went, everything was opposite. Anyway, switch things around, check this out. Okay, throw them on. Headlights are working, driver lights are working, throw them on to hazard. And the hazard, cool as heck. So when the blinker turns on, the halo will actually turn from white to yellow. So again, a little bit of modern mixed with the old. The rear, let's go in the back. Zach is getting on the last lens, but you can see how that's working. And then the third brake light actually flashes with the hazards, but when it goes out, with the patina rust that we have painted around it, you can't even really tell it's there. So the wire chasing, the efforts that the guys put in really are paying off right now. Things are working out great. Things are going in the right direction. Wiring is a thankless job until you start turning stuff on. then it's like, oh, it works. That's a good thing. Anyway, there's some wiring for you to take and observe, and we'll catch something else soon.